everybody to a very revealing show, The Masked Singer.
I know exactly who this is. God.
What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and you are watching The Real Review 3000 here with another episode of Unmasking the Masked Singer. Now, we have all of the wild cards revealed, and thank God the last one for Group B got bounced off, if you know what I mean. But we haven't guessed on the last one they revealed for Group A, which was the Jester. So we're going to get to that today. We'll go over the rest of the people in Group A. But from this point on, we're probably going to be guessing more on who we think is going to get voted off next, since we're pretty sure all of our guesses aren't going to change. Now, if they do change, we'll do like the special editions like we did last year if we have a last second change before Wednesday, just so you know. But before we get to all of that, let's talk about who's been voted off so far, since we are 4 for 4 on our picks. We're exactly perfect this year. And let's get to who's been voted off so far. First off was the octopus. That turned out to be Dwight Howard. Then Mother Nature was voted off. That was Vivica A. Fox. Then the pufferfish, which we did guess on. We guessed Tony Braxton, and it was Tony Braxton. So that was a correct guess. Then next up was the Dalmatian. That turned out to be Tyga. And we didn't guess on that because that was a first appearance. The next person we did guess on was the baby. We guessed Larry the Cable Guy, and it was Larry the Cable Guy. That was 2 correct guesses. The next one was Cupcake, and we guessed Ruthie Pointer for that, and it was Ruthie Pointer. That makes it 3-0. And then up next was voted off was the Hamster, and we guessed Rob Schneider on that, and it was Rob Schneider. That is our 4 correct guesses. And then last Wednesday, the beach ball was the last wild card revealed, and thank God they were voted off. I'm sorry, people, if you watch this show, that was like the worst performance ever. And I mean, no disrespect. It just was so cringy. But it was Honey Boo Boo and Mama June. Now, I don't know why they did that, but okay, fine, great. It's good to hear, though, that Mama June is clean and that hopefully everything's getting fixed up in their family. Hopefully Honey Boo Boo and her mom are speaking again, or I guess they are, but hopefully they're going to get along and things will get better for that family, because they've had a rough life. I know that. But that makes us 4-0, because Beach Ball was, of course, a wild card first time and voted off or bounced off, like I said. But let's get to who we think is in Group A. Again, we're going to go over the first 3 really quick here, and then we'll talk about the Jester. So first off is the Bull. We've said it basically off of the voice alone, but it's Todrick Hall, the Lion, Tiger, Clues. Then the Wizard of Oz, kind of that's what that reference is, which his second album was straight out of Oz. The hometown of Plainview, Texas, which is where Todrick Hall comes from, is one of the biggest beef producing plants, has one of the biggest beef producing plants in the U.S. So again, the bull, deer, the cows, that type of thing, that would make sense in that. It references the Forbes 30 under 30. He made that list. The Hollywood reference could be a reference to his American Idol time. All of that stuff, guys. So I'm pretty sure that's Todrick Hall. Now, the skunk is still in it. I think that's Faith Evans. Again, all the dropped out of her career for her family to spend time with her family. Talks about tragedy. She lost Biggie. A lot of that stuff in there. And it sounds like her. Again, Faith Evans is who I think the skunk is. Pepper. Yeah, we said it could be Kesha or Natasha Bedingfield. It is absolutely Natasha Bedingfield. I know a lot of people might still be going with Kesha for the obvious reasons, like the TikTok reference, and that she did have some dances or some songs that were used that had viral dances and stuff, but so did Natasha Bedingfield. But more of these clues fit to Natasha Bedingfield. So we're gonna go with that for her. Mostly because of all the clues, like her Unwritten Song was used for The Hills, which is that Hollywood or Tillywood reference that they put in there. The Roller Skate, that's a song off of her newest album. It's called Roller Skate. So I mean, it really does fit for Natasha Bedingfield better than it does Kesha. So let's get to the Jester. Now, I've heard 3 names thrown out, 2 kind of a little more than the other, but Alice Cooper, Jack Black, and Johnny Rotten. Johnny Rotten, if you don't know who that is, Sex Pistols, like the punk band of all time. I mean, if you know punk, you know the Sex Pistols, and that's who Johnny Rotten sings for. And I've heard Alice Cooper. It can't be Alice Cooper unless they've done something really changed, because I don't think they're allowed to sing their own songs. And of course, School's Out is what they sang. Although I did see that the UK version of The Masked Singer did have the frontman for Aha, and he actually sang Take On Me, the slowed down version. Maybe that's why they let him do it. Don't know. That could have been a difference in rules for over there and over here, but it doesn't sound like Alice Cooper. And I don't think Alice Cooper is that big. It looks like the guy's got a little bit of a gun on him, so I don't think that's who it is. So I'll entertain Jack Black and Johnny Rotten. So Jack Black, the jacket they showed at the end may be a slight reference to the School of Rock jacket, that tweed or that whatever sports coat like jacket he wears in that. It might be a slight reference to that. He has made it on 100 most influential people in the music industry. Jack Black has. And where it starts to kind of fall apart is that he's been banned in numerous places and he's offended heads of state. I've never heard that about Jack Black. He's a little out there at times, but he's mostly respectful for it. I know he has things in Tenacious D that are considered crude and stuff, but it's not like he goes out of his way to point at people or talk bad about people or say things that people take offense to. But for Johnny Rotten, let's talk about that. The jacket looks like stuff from the 1975 eras and things like that. And that's about the time that the Sex Pistols started. So it really worked for that. The whole being banned in numerous places. This guy's been banned lots of places. I mean, they banned the Sex Pistols. There were a lot of problems in the early 80s with the Sex Pistols, and it really fits for him there. He has been named one of the, I think it was the 100 greatest Britons. So maybe that works for 100 most influential. I don't know, but he's on a top 100 list. It's when we get to the scoundrel and offending heads of state, God Save the Queen, Anarchy in the UK. These things were really divisive songs and stuff like that. And people have called him a scoundrel, even though he says he's a good guy. I'm pretty sure he is. There are people in rock and stuff who have a persona and they keep that persona up. But when you get them away from all that, they don't fit that persona. They're somebody different. And so I guess it could be how it is, but we're also going to go off the fact that it does sound like he might be British, and Johnny Rotten actually lives in LA. So why wouldn't he do it? It's perfect for him. So we're going to go with Johnny Rotten over the other two. Jack Black is, he's kind of a second place on that. And Alice Cooper, like I said, I've heard it, but I'm going to go off the fact that so far in 6 seasons, they've never let anybody sing their own song. And I'm going to still think that's how they're going to do things. So Johnny Rotten is who we think the Jester is. Now, if we go through these 4 people, who do we think is going to get voted off next? As much as I do love the Sex Pistols and I love punk music, I'm going to say it's probably going to be Johnny Rotten. I mean, I guess Natasha Bedingfield or Faith Evans or Todrick Hall could have a crap day and hit the wrong song, decide to pick the wrong song, and it just doesn't hit right. And if the Jester comes out with something that's just really high energy or something, they could technically not get voted off. But I'm going to go with the Jester just because Johnny Rotten is not as accomplished a singer as the other three. He isn't. Punk music doesn't require to be. He can sing, don't get me wrong, but he's not as accomplished because the others are very much more professional sound. Let's just put it that way, more polished. So I think if you take all that into account, you have to say the Jester is probably going to be the next one off, and we say the Jester is Johnny Rotten. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Tell me if you think the Johnny Rotten guess is correct, or if you have a better idea. With all of that said, guys, I want to thank you guys. This year has been excellent with the views. You guys have been really giving me some great stuff to work with, and you guys have been supporting the show just wonderfully, and I appreciate that from all of you guys. With that said, guys, I am Chris Knight. This is the Real Review 3000, and I'm officially out of here.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and the Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach the Ego, use the Twitter handle @TheEgo5150. We would like to thank the generous members of the Real Review 3000. Those members are Jesse Ritchie, JJ, aka Sithlord3827, Lady Toriel, Yvette, Abraham Morales, and Anzo of Bigger Ford Entertainment. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at the Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For more information on how to become a member, click the join button below.